You see, when we talk about recovery, reworking your recovery, I want you to know that we are not just playing here. After Genesis chapter 3 till now, the Bible is all about recovery. Because the divine setting that God set up for man was disrupted. Everything was working perfectly until the enemy entered, and everything was disrupted. The book of Romans summarizes it in Romans chapter 3 verse 23 when it says, for all. That all, when you look at the original meaning, it doesn't mean human being alone. It means even creation has fallen. Can I ask a question? When man fell, was lion involved? Was cockroach involved? Was the virus involved? Literally speaking, they were not involved. They are not the one that disobeyed. However, because the man in whom all those things are in sum up, because he fell, every other thing fell. I want you to pray this prayer. You know, some of you don't know that you are the Adam of your family. But what we are saying is this: because man fell, that first person. That's why when God has made you first, not by age alone, it could be by divine providence, you must not follow. Because once you fall, others follow. So you need to understand that when we are talking about recovery, it is not only about man. Creation earnestly await the manifestation. That manifestation is rooted in the word recovery. Recovery. And I've told you that anytime you hear the word it means again, go back and do the needful again. Your recovery is possible when you have the right mindset, and your mind is a womb. Everybody has a womb, aside the woman that have a physical womb. And please, in the realm where we are in, God has designed it that everything that must manifest physically, spiritually, financially, mentally, must go through the womb. It must go through the womb. If anything must be born, it must go through the womb. If more seed must be produced, it must go through the womb of the ground. If more animals must be produced, it must go through the womb. Do you know that that's the same process that work with God? God said, come, let us make man in our what? In our image. It was in his womb, and he birthed creation. So many things you should allow in your womb, and so many things you should not allow in your womb. When you understand this principle very, very well, I want you to know that recovery is a possibility. The best way to understand the concept of possibility, define it from the negative. Impossibility means, it means that it is not feasible, it is not likely, it is not realizable, it is not permissible, it is not achievable, you cannot birth it. So when you talk now about possibility, it means it is achievable, it means it can be birthed, it means it can be achieved. And when you talk about possibility, ladies and gentlemen, recovery is a possibility. It is a possibility. Recovery for you and I is a possibility. Why is it a possibility? Let me say this. Creation. But because we are the crown of creation, so the focus is on us. Reworking your recovery is a possibility. Physical possibility. I tell you the truth, by the authority in the name of Jesus, at an individual level, your recovery is possible. At a family level, your recovery is possible. At a communal level, your recovery is possible. At a national level, our recovery is possible. Everybody, when I say everybody, all, we are all in a process of recovery. All in a process of recovery. Do you know that infrared rays, do you know that Wi-Fi has been existing since the beginning of the earth until it was recovered? It was a reworking that make us recover it. And there are yet many things that are yet to be recovered. Because when man fell, he lost all. The only salvation we cannot work out, which God has done for us through Jesus, is the salvation of our soul. That one has been worked out. But your own now, that salvation that has been given to us through Jesus, we need to work it out so that other things can be worked out by the work in work in us. That in us is the ultimate of recovery.